beach, these prayer walks in sunny Florida. I have to share with you because it's way too powerful and I can't keep it to myself anymore. The book is coming out in March, and one of the revelations that I've personally been experiencing and working with clients on is called an identity shift. The identity shift is almost taking everything out of your life that you've worked so hard to build. And I know this can be super scary and really disappointing. That everything that you built is no longer in alignment with who God is calling you to rise up to and become. As you have the desire in your heart to become somebody new, the systems that you've been operating in, mentally, emotionally, the things that are in your schedule are no longer going to work for you. Your spirit is gonna be restless with it. Let's just put it that way. So as you start to go into this identity shift, what's gonna happen is you have to identify the systems, the environments, like this is an environment, the environments, the people that are going to support the identity that you're stepping into. If you don't want to get slowed down in your process, you have to identify, once again, identify the people that can no longer have access to you. So important. This is what's going to slow you down or speed you up. You have to eliminate the people that are no longer going to have access to you. You're going to have to distance yourself from these people. The environments that are slowing you down, you can no longer go into. For me, for example, even in the church, I needed a new church environment that was more mature for how I was growing and scaling in my walk with God. This church included a lot of apostles and prophets, people that can help me make sense coming from the New Age space into understanding that there is truth in the supernatural. If God is the creator of all things, then he created all things. Talking about aspects of numerology, astrology, there's truth in this type of stuff. I just don't know what, and I don't know what spirit it's operating in. So I had to find people, these people spoke in tongues and all this other stuff. I had to find people that could help me understand the prophetic. I had to place myself in environments that allow me to understand my gifts. There are people out there, you just have to pray for God to guide you. And sometimes God's going to remove you and you're going to kind of throw a little, tantrum. And then in the end, you're going to see what God was doing. Environments, some days you don't want to be in the gym and you need to ground yourself with nature into a prayer walk or, Pilates class or something like that. I'll give another example for the fitness aspect. My spirit did not feel good going to yoga anymore after I had my deliverance. So when I did my deliverance, I went to my last class and it's like, no, you're not doing this anymore. And then what I started doing is I started incorporating some yoga movements into my strength training workouts. So I had a gentleman ask me about, hey, what is that combo that you just did? I'm just combining years of, 10 years of doing personal training and combining that, putting it into like a vinyasa flow is what it was called, and listening to worship music. So I'm just taking all of my past skills because that's how God does it. God's going to take all the different things that might not have made sense. I had built a whole pretty successful career in that area, and then same thing, my spirit was like, this is not in alignment with the identity that I'm having you step into. I need you to rise above into life coaching and teaching tactical emotional training and behavioral stuff, and I need you to get into the space of teaching, into the space of educating and bringing things down and breaking things down, because now I'm elevating you, I'm anointing you into something greater. My spirit did not sit well with continuing to go into a gym and personal training people anymore. These are examples of identity shifts. Now, you will be blessed up in your acts of obedience. If you're not being obedient to your calling, then it's going to be almost, that's why people get depressed. Depression happens because you're still playing an outdated role of an identity that can't come with you in this next level of your anointment. So leave a comment below. Let me know if this made sense to you, if it gave you a breath of fresh air. I'm be moving on YouTube because that's where God is calling me, and I've been resisting the calling because I've been going through my own identity shift, and I like to kind of stay quiet to make sure that what I'm going through makes sense before I open up my mouth. I do believe we need to start being hinged in our words, intentional with our words, as they create prophecy over our lives and over other people's lives. Your words can really do damage as much as they can heal.